Survival House Network.
You're listening to Behind the Mask Presents, and we are here this week with our special guest, Miss Elske McCain.
Hi.
Hey, Elske.
Hi. Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on. Pleasure's all ours.
Sweet.
For those of you, I'm pretty sure all our fans are familiar, Elske is best known for Jessica Rabbit, which I believe was actually released by Troma, correct?
It was initially released by myself, and then Troma bought the distribution rights, and it was released last December worldwide.
Now, I won't ask you a lot of Troma questions because I'm sure you've been asked about 1 million of them.
Oh, yeah, all the time. I'm old.
I guess my question is because I know you wrote and produced Jessica Rabbit, correct?
I what? I produced it? Yeah.
You wrote it, and you wrote it too, didn't you?
I came up with the concept and the title and basically gave the director some guidelines as to what I wanted, and he wrote it for me. So, yeah, he's a writer. I'm kind of the story conceptual guy.
I guess my only question was...
But we did a lot of, collaboration towards, at the beginning of the project, but towards the end we kind of were at odds. So it's one of those things, work with your friends, and at the end of the day, you end up not being friends anymore because of business. And it just happens a lot in the entertainment industry.
No, what I wanted to know, because it was always kind of fascinating, because I know Troma, once they buy your movie, they kind of own your movie. Do you retain any rights to that, being they released it?
They actually licensed it for 20 years, and that was signed in 2010, so I get it back in 17 years. So it's not the end of the world, I guess, but yeah, they pretty much own it for now, but they still allow me to sell my own DVDs because I did do the initial pressing of DVDs, and I still have several hundred, so, I'm still going to be selling those probably at cons or, online for the next, until I run out.
My wife is actually a big fan of that film. She loves the women revenge movie, so to speak. That's in her top 3, believe it or not.
Awesome. Good to know. Yeah, it's going to be either way. Some people really like it, and some just don't get it, and others are kind of in the middle. So I'm just glad I got it out there.
Yeah, it's very cool. You lost. Unfortunately, they call her One Eye the best. But
I like that one.
I saw on your Facebook the other day you had posted it about Jessica Rabbit 2. Are you working on another one?
Actually, I think we are. I've been approached by a longtime friend out of Hollywood who is basically interested in producing a sequel. And so with that connection, basically what I need to do now is just get confirmation from Troma that I have the legal rights to do so. And I believe we do because I know that Chainsaw Sally sold season 1 to Troma, and then they went on and did season 2 on their own. So I'm assuming I have the same rights, although I am waiting to get a letter from Troma just to have it in writing to make sure that we don't make the movie and then they end up trying to own it, because that would be really bad. Yeah.
I've been trying to get Troma to mail me DVD screeners for years. I gave up recently.
Yeah, they used to be a lot better about it, and lately, I don't know. I mean, they sent me a couple boxes of Jessica Rabbit DVDs, which is great, but I have a feeling they won't be sending me anymore.
I used to be a big fan of, I think everybody was a big fan of them back in the late 80s, early 90s, because you were in Newcomb High 2 and 3, weren't you?
Well, not officially, but they filmed it at the high school in my hometown, and they filmed it at the hospital where my mom worked. And my best friend's mom was the casting director, and so my best friend got to be in them, and my mom felt bad for me, so she basically snuck me on the set, and I got to kind of just be on the sidelines and check it out, which is kind of cool, I thought, and that's about it.
Well, I think it's another
my
question.
first trauma movie was actually Poultry Guys.
Oh, Night of the Chicken Dead.
I gotta love Poltergeist.
That was actually a really good film. I watched it on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like Poltergeist, but I don't like the musical aspect of it. Just when they break into song, it's like time for a beer, time to go smoke, time to get something to eat, and come back after they're done singing. Because I just don't like musicals very much. I think Repo is an exception. I really liked Repo, the genetic opera, and maybe there's one or two others. But overall, I'm not a fan of musicals. I personally like Citizen Toxie better.
I liked Citizen Toxie because it had the great Corey Feldman in it as a gynecologist. But
yeah, it had a lot of great things about it.
We were discussing last week. I haven't said how much I despise musicals except for Grease Part 2, just because it's so awful.
Oh, the Newsies, come on.
Yeah, I like Grease too. I hate Grease.
Yeah, I love Grease too. I like Grease too also. Better looking couple in Grease too.
Well, Lorenzo Lamas was in Grease 1, and it's a well-known fact. I am a huge fan of Lorenzo Lamas, so I have it in my collection just for that aspect.
I didn't know that.
He was Olivia Newton-John's boyfriend, the blonde-haired jock guy. That was Lamas.
Oh,
Was it really?
Yeah, it was before he was the renegade.
Wow.
Corey G's got a problem.
I have a problem. He made great straight-to-video action films.
Yeah, one of the things I liked about Grease is all the teenagers were like 40. I don't think they could pull that off now.
Well, no, 90210. I mean, Luke Perry had a lot of wrinkles. I mean...
Oh, God, yeah, he did. Oh, Jesus. Well, I've heard Luke Perry's a good guy. I don't want to troll him too hard. He's a pretty decent fella.
Well, I had a question. Are you a fan of the horror genre, or do you have any in particular movies that you really enjoy, or...
Oh, the horror genre is pretty much the only genre that I've pretty much loved through my whole life. And as far as favorite films, you know, stuff out of the 80s, I tend to watch over and over.
So,
such as, you know, the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, I like Vamp and Fright Night. I've never done a vampire film. I don't really have any desire to, but I always liked them when I was a kid.
So you're not like a huge fan of like the current horror genre or state?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. Like, as far as the recent horror movies that I've seen that were good, I like The Cabin in the Woods. I like Insidious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a couple of winners out there, but, you know, a lot of the remakes I don't like. It's hit or miss.
Sure.
Where are you?
I pretty much give everything a chance. You know, I'm very much into the old school horror, classic horror, whereas my boyfriend, who's a little bit younger than me, he likes newer horror. So it's like I kind of have to give him a chance to, you know, pick his horror. So over the past year, I've seen a lot of stuff I probably wouldn't have watched otherwise. And so there's some good stuff, but yeah, you know, I'm just tired of the remakes and whatnot. It's kind of sad that they can remake a movie that just came out like less than 20 years ago.
What's your thought on the Evil Dead remake, though? Because we just discussed it.
Actually, I think that one looks very interesting. I love the trailer, and seeing as how it has most of the original crew involved in some capacity, and Bruce Campbell, I think, is an executive producer or a producer, so hopefully he can get some cash on that, because I'm not sure how money they make in Evil Dead, but...
That's funny, we said the same thing.
Another movie I saw recently that I really enjoyed that I forgot was Father's Day. It was also released by Troma. It's just not
I'm sorry,
it's got so much violence in it, though, and it's out there. It's definitely not a remake, that's for sure.
Where do you stand on the greatest remake ever made, The Fog?
I never saw that one, thank God. I never saw the Strange of Paul's remake either. I don't want to see that. And the April Fool's Day remake was fast. The Prom Night remake sucked. It's just, there's so many bad ones. I don't even know why they bother.
I thought Mother's Day and I Spit on Your Grave remakes were actually both better than the originals.
Not bad.
You know, Mother's Day was pretty good. I did like that one. Yeah, and God, there was another remake too that I saw recently that was pretty decent. Oh, I can't remember right now.
Oh,
yeah, Mother's Day was good. Oh yeah, The Last House on the Left, and then I Spit on Your Grave remake was pretty decent. I have, that on Blu-ray, I think.
Did you get
But
your
yeah, we got the Friday the 13th remake last week, and it was okay. I mean, anything that kind of takes me back to Jason is fine, but, it's just, they're not the same because all the actors and actresses these days, they just look like Hollywood actors, and where in the 80s, they look like actual people that you might know, and they dress normal. It's just kind of like they're over-glamorized these days.
I like the Friday the 13th remake, but I'm a big mark for Jared Padalecki because I'm a big Supernatural fan. So I like that, just like I like I thought My Bloody Valentine was one of the best 3D films I've seen.
I love that remake. Oh, yeah, My Bloody Valentine, that one was great. I like the way they switched the ending around to trick the people who are fans of the original.
Yeah,
I don't want to give spoilers, but they kind of switched it up a little bit to give you, a twist ending.
I want to know, where's your film, Vaginal Holocaust? It was made years ago. When are we going to see it?
Well, I've never seen it, and from what I was told, they did sell it to Shoreline Entertainment. They sold it as a double feature with Cage Lesbo's A Go-Go, and I think that there was something going on with release forms or location forms, and I heard it may never get released. So
Really?
I really have no idea. Yeah, I mean, it could. I just saw the website, and they still have it up there with a newer trailer, but, somebody involved with the project told me that there was some kind of issues with the location. I know we shot it in, it was, in some cabins out in the woods, kind of like a Friday the 13th setting, and I'm not sure if the people that own the cabins gave the cabins on loan, or if they were supposed to pay for the cabins. I don't know, but something went wrong, and the movie was made almost 4 years ago, and still nothing. So I'm not sure about Creeperson's track record, but I did 2 movies in a row with him, and neither of them came out. So I don't have any plans on working with him again.
Sure.
Just one of those things. And I didn't get paid for the movie either. So, and then he has the nerve to email me and ask me to donate to his new movies, and I'm just like, come on, man! I never even saw the first 2 movies. You actually have the balls to ask me for money? What do I look like here? Kind of rude. I hate people who solicit Indiegogo through my email. It's like one thing to try to post it on my Facebook. It still pisses me off, and I may delete it. But when they actually email me and they're like, "We really need your help to, fund this movie," I'm like, dude, what do I look like? I'm not made of money. Or you know what? She has not done that since. I think I pretty much the dog understands now. Because it was devastating. She destroyed almost $1,000 worth of my shit.
Jeez.
And it was shit that I used for work, not just random shit that I have laying around.
Yeah, I think that was my comment. I was like, you don't need makeup. You look nice, and then you informed me of stage makeup. So I was like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, they kind of require you to wear makeup at the club. It's just one of their rules, And you don't want to borrow some strange stripper's makeup. Come on.
No,
you don't know where those, eyeliners and lipsticks have been, to be honest, and it's not worth it to me. No offense to the strippers of the world. There are some decent ones out there, but...
Not where Todd and I are from. They're all pretty bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough industry. It's kind of ghetto, but some of us are professionals, career dancers, and there's a select few that have been dancing as long as I have, and it's we treat it like a real job, whereas other chicks just go there to get fucked up and meet dudes and go home and fuck, and it's just dear God, those are the 20-year-olds. When you get to be my age, you learn ropes, and you actually are going there to make money, not to waste time and get trashed. If you're going to get trashed, do it after work.
There you go. I was at Rick's Cabaret when I was in New York. That was actually a real nice, my wife and I are both in, that was actually a real nice strip club.
Yeah, the one I've worked at for most of my career is extremely nice. It's the nicest one in town. Just recently, I went to their sister club on the east side where I live, and I was kind of, nervous, but it ended up working out, and I actually like it there. So, hey, it's like a friendly neighborhood strip club.
You mentioned
it's shaped like a pirate ship, too, which gives it kind of a local, what would you call it, local landmark. Kind of strange driving down the street and you see a pirate ship parked on the side of the road.
My kid would like it. He'd want to go and he'd think it's like SpongeBob or something. And I'd have
Yeah,
to
we tell the kids it's a seafood restaurant.
And you said you have 2 daughters?
I do, yes.
Okay. Do they get to watch any of your films?
Oh God, no. I mean, my oldest one has seen parts of it because she was they were both in it. Like I gave them a little cameo as trick-or-treaters, and my oldest one, who's 13, she's seen some clips, but she's never watched the whole movie now. She has no interest in it.
My son always wants to listen. Anytime I do a podcast or anything, he always wants to listen to. He's only 3, and I have on headphones. I always want to listen to it. And I was like, I can't let you hear the fact that Daddy says fuck every other word. So we'll just pretend that this is my phone. And
it's like the kids. My daughter, when she wants to watch, Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th, those are fine. But like when you're getting into like rape and incest and shit,
sure.
And it's your mom in the movie, it's kind of like, you don't need to see that.
You had mentioned that you like Fred Vogel. You think he's a pretty funny guy. Have you seen his August Underground films?
I did see part of them. My boyfriend acquired them, and we watched part of one, and it was so disturbing that I didn't finish it. But God, I do commend him for doing like on such a low budget, like he had really great special effects, and just I always admire people who try to do stuff with no money and get distribution. To me, that's a very, very high accomplishment.
What are some of your other...
I've heard his name around for years, ever since like 2004 I've been hearing of him.
I liked his concept to make that film and then just leave VHS tapes laying around in different places so people think they found a snuff movie. If that's true, that's genius.
Yeah.
Do you guys you and your family get to hit up like conventions a lot then, or do you guys go to many, or just the ones around town?
Well, I haven't gone out of town for a convention since 2009. I was set up to go to one last year, but something happened with my plane ticket, and it didn't get paid for, so I didn't go to that. We have local ones. We have, like, the Tucson Comic-Con, and I've taken my kids to that one twice in a row. And then, we do local signings here for me. Like, they invite me to come, local Scream Queen, come have a, DVD signing at, a bookstore, and we'll do that kind of thing and sell DVDs, and the kids usually come for those, too.
So they pretty much enjoy like the horror genre and like all like what it stands for and all the people and everything like that.
Oh yeah, my daughters know that like that's a part of my life, and ever since they were little, I was always watching Chucky movies and stuff like that. Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, those type of movies. Those are kind of harmless in a way.
Yeah.
It's like I said though, the more realistic ones, especially if I'm in it, they don't need to see it. Especially if I'm naked. It's just not appropriate.
Oh, that's cool.
And my autistic daughter doesn't really watch that kind of stuff anyways. She doesn't really watch TV other than, like, cartoons.
Sure.
If I take her to the movie theater, she'll watch. She doesn't like 3D, though.
I don't either.
I don't either.
She won't keep the glasses on the whole time. She hates them.
I love 3D. It freaks my kid out. I'll put the glasses on here at home, and after a while he sometimes gets scared.
It's different. No. 3D Blu-ray is a different story. I don't mind that as much. Usually that's primed a little better for the actual format, but in the actual movie theater setting, I don't think it usually adds anything. So it's my opinion.
Yeah, I already said that. My Bloody Valentine 3D, though, they really went out to, humor us.
And that was cool. That was my first 3D movie I actually saw, and that was
Mine too.
That was like the first 3D movie that came out in I don't know how many years, and it was great.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love that movie.
Did you like Drive Angry?
Drive Angry. Did I see that, honey? With Nicolas Cage?
Oh God, don't say his name. He's like Beetlejuice.
He's the man.
Oh, I think I did see it then. Yeah, I did. And he was like screwing some young chick. one scene?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
when
was
he's killing everybody.
Okay, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
That's my favorite 3D movie.
Everyone gives Nicolas Cage such a hard rap, but just so you guys know, he's a huge horror movie fan.
I like Nick Cage. I don't like all his stuff, but I like some.
That's fantastic. He's a huge horror movie fan. Then why did he make a movie like The Wicker Man? Why did he make that thing?
The Wicker Man was
He
better
used to make money because I think he's got he's in debt or some kind of bankruptcy or I don't know, frivolous spending.
That's not my.
So,
his irresponsibilities with his money isn't my problem. It's just, I shouldn't have to be.
Right. I think that's why he does the shitty blockbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna go on a record. The Wicker Man remake was much better than the original.
Oh, you're crazy, dude.
Oh, you're
crazy.
Corey G, I'm about to cut you off, man. That was too far.
It was better than the original.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
100 times. The Fog remake is better too. That has Tom Welling.
Oh.
Tom Welling.
Smallville. The John Carpenter, The Fog is boring as shit. It's like watching a boring episode of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Got some creepy music though. You know, it's like John Carpenter scores.
I just got my They Live Blu-ray in the mail today, and I watched the fight scene. I must say, for anyone out there, you got to pick that up. That is one good-looking Blu-ray. That's an awesome film.
Is the quality pretty good?
Oh, it's not as good as the Avengers, but it's close. I mean, it looks very, very crisp. That Shout Factory does an awesome job putting those movies together.
Huh.
Other than horror movies, what are some of your other favorite movies?
Oh, I love 80s movies with all of my heart. You know, I love Just One of the Guys is my favorite comedy movie from the 80s. Oh, yeah.
That's a great movie.
I like Once Bitten with Jim Carrey, even though it's a comedy horror.
I like that.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, Better Off Dead, Can't Buy Me Love, Revenge of the Nerds, anything like that.
What are you?
Half-Baked.
I love Half-Baked. No, Goose and I are the big action movie fans. What are some of your favorite action films?
Better yet, do you like Steven Seagal? Yes or no?
I don't know. I don't really. I used to, but now that he's old and slow, I was just watching one of his newer movies the other day, and it's like, well, aside from Machete, which was kind of a cool cameo, but I was watching another one of his movies that had Savage Steve Austin, I think. Is that his name?
Maximum Conviction.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, that's right. And he just looked so old, and it looked like he had a carpet on his head. It's and the hairline he had.
Oh, my Lord.
With the hairline he had back in the 80s, you obviously know he could have got hair plugs, but it just looks like a wig to me, and it's just kind of he used to be so, good at martial arts, but now he's just kind of slow and fat, so it's cool that he can still get work.
Elske, you don't realize this, but about 2 seconds into your conversation bashing Steven Seagal, you and I established a very good relationship.
Awesome.
I'm very, very happy. I just want to gang up on Corey as much as I can when it comes to Steven Seagal. So he worships the ground that man walks on. He refuses to admit that he wears a rug. He seems to think that he's in great shape.
What are you talking about?
No, he's definitely in terrible shape. Oh.
He's gained a little weight. It happens.
It's a shame when you see someone like that too, who used to be so, buff and in shape in their prime, and then, it happens to everyone. But who was it that I thought? Oh, Van Damme, he looks awesome.
Yeah, he does.
In the Expendables too, he looks great, and he still kicks ass. And I think him and Seagal are the similar age. Seagal might be a couple years older, but Jesus Christ!
No, I gotta correct
somebody get Seagal to the gym quick.
No, Corey,
For the dojo.
You said Seagal used to be buff and everything. I have to disagree. I don't think he was ever in good shape. Go back and watch Hard to Kill. He looks like he's got a camel toe in those jeans.
Oh my God! Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm biased because my dad used to love Steven Seagal when I was a kid, and he would always make me watch his old, the first movies. And my dad actually thought he looked like Steven Seagal and would wear his hair like that. And so I just have this thing with the old Steven Seagal reminding me of my dad. So I kind of I have a little affinity for those older movies. But yeah, he ain't no Van Damme.
Thank you.
he's better. Now there's a thread going on in our page here about Rocky. What's your favorite Rocky film?
Rocky, definitely the first one. I never saw Rocky Balboa, the newest one, but yeah, Rocky the original was actually Best Picture the year I was born, and it stars my friend Lloyd Kaufman, who actually worked as, I think, location manager on Rocky, and he played a bum or something.
Cool.
So, yeah, I like Rocky.
It's easy to say the original, and I'll give anybody that one. But if you had to pick a sequel as the second best, what's the best sequel?
Oh, the one that has what's that blonde guy, Dolph Lundgren?
Yes.
That one's awesome. I saw that one in the theater, actually. Yes. Brigitte Nielsen was like really fine back then. She's another person who really fell apart, man. She just looks terrible these days. Oh, sad.
We have a fan that likes Part 5, and we were giving him a little bit of grief.
It's a horrible movie.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Part 5's really bad.
Which one had Sage Stallone? Was that one?
That's the only reason I like 5, because I like Sage.
Yeah, I would like to watch that again now after he's passed, just to kind of reflect. It's kind of a sad thing there. He was young, to me he was young. I think he was 35, 36.
Oh yeah, he was young.
So,
he was a little younger than me, so.
Sylvester Stallone had a real tough year this year, I'll tell you what. Yeah. I heard that his porno just got sold on eBay.
Really?
By me, I bought it.
You could buy it from Amazon. It actually had a legitimate release like a year ago. You're talking about the Italian Stallion, right?
Yep.
Have you seen it?
No, I don't really want to. I probably would as like a fucking horrific thing just to see it. I mean, I don't know if it's available to download online or what, but...
What about the Hulk Hogan one?
Pay for it.
Stallone has nothing to be proud of.
Gross. Hulk Hogan porno?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just foul. It just sounds like leather on leather. I'm not really a Hulk Hogan fan, no.
Oh, the sex tape.
I'm not anymore.
I hate
I'd watch it out of curiosity. I don't even watch pornos, but like when there's a weird celebrity porno, I will seek it out sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I had the Pamela Tommy Lee one, and I saw that a few times. And, I saw the one from some girl that was from, what's that fucking show? Survivor?
Oh, yeah.
Some girl, one of those girls did a porn, too, with some guy she married in Vegas, and just, I'll check it out if it's a celebrity, but I don't really watch.
What about the Screech porno?
Oh, I haven't seen the Screech porno, no.
We gotta get this lady a copy of the Screech porno.
Screech has something to be proud of.
Did Mini-Me do a porno also from Austin Powers?
I think he might have.
I think he did too.
Vern Troy, or was it?
Yeah, Vern Troy.
Corey G's a big fan of the China doll porno. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Oh, I'd watch that just to check it out because I want to see. I heard her clit looks like a dick.
Doesn't that make you feel good, Corey?
It's gigantic. It's the size of my forearm. I think that's from all the steroids. I really think that it just kind of morphed up her body.
I just vomited in my mouth.
She's gorgeous.
Ugh.
That's nasty.
She's no Ashley Gold. I'm waiting for the Ashley Gold adult movie.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any? What else are you working on right now? Any other projects?
Let's see. I've got a guy who's location scouting in South America right now for a movie called House of Evil. And, he's doing the Indiegogo thing, which, as y'all know, I don't have very much luck with it. And I don't really like pushing it upon my fans very much. So we're just going to, see how it goes. And, I'll give him a chance here and there. But, I think people think that because I have, thousands of fans at Facebook and 100,000 fans at Twitter that automatically if I do an Indiegogo people are going to throw money at me, but it doesn't really work that way. And even the one I did last spring for Trauma, I only made $1,500, and in the end the movie didn't even get made, so I ended up getting the money back, and now I'm responsible for making a film for the people that donated. It was a huge mess with Trauma. So basically what I'm going to do is if we do Jessica Rabbit 2, the people that donated to the Trauma Indiegogo, I'm going to put them in the credits somewhere. Then I know one guy donated $900, and
Wow.
I was gonna make him executive producer of a short, and he just had like a breakdown and just started freaking out and like accusing me of stealing his money and blah blah blah. And I was like, look, dude, Trauma gave you the option of either getting your money back or investing it towards my movie, and you chose my movie, so sorry. And then he was just like saying I ripped him off, blah blah blah. And it's like, you know what? I think he just kind of had one of those moments. So I'll still put him in the credits, obviously, for donating, but, you know, people just don't know how to act. You know, there's no need to be rude. And besides, you know, even if he did donate to the Troba movie and it did get made, you know how long it takes for a movie to go through pre-production, production, and post-production? We're talking a year or more, and I think this guy who had no idea how the film industry works, like, he wanted his movie now. And he's like, I want my movie now. And I'm like, dude, it takes time, you know. And he just blew it, like, freaked out and tried to delete him and shit. But, you know, I'm not, like, stealing his money. I'm still going to put him in the credits. It's just kind of a bummer that, like, that. Basically, all my fans thought they were donating towards the new Nuke 'Em High movie, and that's the movie I thought we were doing because they never gave me another title or any other script towards any other movie. And so in the end, when I found out, oh, it's not for Nuke 'Em High, it's for some other movie, which they never told me was, and I'm just like, you're kidding me. And so everyone's like, fuck this, we don't want our money back. And so it took like weeks, but we got back, I'd say, 3/4 of the money. And that's about it. And I kind of just disowned myself from Trauma at that point, decided I never want to work with them anymore, I'm tired of getting burned by them, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I don't hate Lloyd, I don't hate, you know, people at Trauma, but it's just one of those things where, like, you know, being affiliated with them for 8 years and being loyal and doing cons and promoting and this and that, you know, you think you'd get treated a little better than just the average Joe. And in the end, I just got ripped off just like everyone else that I've ever heard of. So, hey, you know, they don't have feelings. They don't have loyalty. They just want your money and they want your movie. And, you know, I learned the hard way. They, you know, I was to the point where they were saying they were sending me a check all summer. And then they said they sent it to the wrong address. And then in the end, on the phone, he finally admitted that, oh, the movie didn't sell well, so you're not getting a check. And I'm just like, you guys are fucked up. You know, why'd you tell me I was getting a check? It's just like they have a real communication problem there. And I don't know. I'm kind of glad to be done with them. I don't want to support them anymore on a major level. You know, it's kind of hard having my movie distributed through them. And being in Poultrygeist, I feel like I'm kind of, you know, stigmatized being a Trauma person for life. But, you know, that's what happens. That's what happens to Trent Haga. That's what happened to Will Keenan. That's what happens to, you know, a lot of these, you know, Tiffany Shepis and Debbie Rochon. And either you learn to live with it and you embrace it, or you just hate Trauma. And I think the difference between me and, like, Tiffany and Debbie is, like, Tiffany and Debbie never, like, made their movie and sold it to Trauma and got ripped off. You know, like, maybe they worked on a movie as an actor and didn't get paid and that pissed them off, but, like, it's a completely different level when, like, you know, and you make a whole entire movie, you know, from the bottom of your heart and spend every cent you have on it just to get ripped off by the company you've been with for 8 years. Yeah, it made me a little mad, and, you know, I speak my mind, and so now Trauma is kind of like, you know, not my friends right now. But, yeah, it's like, I wonder, like, how did James Gunn and Trey Parker and, you know, Debbie Rochon, like, still stick by Trauma after all these years? And all I can say is I guess they just never got ripped off as hard as some of us, you know. I'm talking to a guy right now who's doing a lawsuit against Trauma, and he wants to join forces with a bunch of people who got ripped off. And he has a lawyer, and I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to, like, listen to him and talk to his lawyer and stuff. But, like, honestly, like, doing Trauma seems like a very big undertaking because they're, like, run by lawyers. And, like, everything they know what they're doing. And they know how they're going to rip you off. And, like, the way I got ripped off was because they held back the release date of the movie a year and a half. And basically, after a year, I lost most of my rights. Huh. And so, you know, now it's like I can't even get a statement from them to prove that the movie didn't make money. It's just their word, you know. And it's like, oh, now I got to get a lawyer too. Fuck that. I've already wasted so much money on Jessica Rabbit that I'm not wasting another dime. And the only reason I'm even considering doing the sequel is the person that is interested is in a very high position in Hollywood to where we could actually make money off of it. So it will not be related to trauma if it gets made. You know, we will probably still have, you know, Trent in it, God willing. But, yeah, I'm not going to, like... I never wanted to do anything to Jessica Rabbit ever again. It was like a traumatic experience. Did not want to do anything with it ever again. But, you know, you get somebody that, like, wants to invest money, wants to do a sequel. They believe in me. They're like, you've created a brand. You've created a product. You know, the fans want a sequel. We should do it. And I'm like, fuck, you know, all right. If you want to lead the pack, I will follow on this because, hey, I guess, you know, if that many people want to see a sequel, fuck it. Let's do it.
Now, I actually liked Gimme Skelter, and I met Gunnar Hansen a few times, and he's an awesome guy. Did you have fun working with him?
I had an excellent time working with him. He was very supportive. You know, it was like that was the first feature I'd ever worked on, and my first scenes were with him. And you know, we would have to just go outside and practice our lines together. And he was very supportive and, you know, complimented me. And I've seen him a couple times at cons over the years. And he's just a nice guy. He's getting older, and he doesn't really act that much anymore. Somebody told me that he was somehow attached to the new Texas 3D coming out. I'm not sure if that's a rumor or not. I looked on the IMDb, and I couldn't see his name, but it wouldn't surprise me if they threw him in as a cameo or something.
Now, see, that's another remake I like better than the original.
You're crazy.
The Texas Chainsaw?
He is, man.
Yes, I like the remake better.
You know, I would watch it again. I know I didn't hate it at all. I enjoyed it when I watched the remake, but it's been like maybe 5 or 6 years since I've seen it. So I don't really remember.
I didn't think it was a horrible remake or anything, but it's not the original. I mean,
Was that Beale or Alba? I get them confused.
that was Beale.
Okay, they're interchangeable.
I don't know about that.
I think one's hotter.
Beale.
See, I don't think either one's pretty.
I don't
Wait,
think
Jessica Biel wasn't that, huh?
Which
She
one was
turned
in
out
the
to be
shed?
quite the A-lister.
Was Alba
I don't
in
really
the shed?
consider her an A-lister. I don't know. She just kind of...
Oh, I think Beale's way better, dude.
No,
Especially in
Well,
that movie.
I don't like either one of them as an actress. I just said one of them was prettier. I fancied one more than the other, image-wise. But I don't think Jessica Biel.
I think now that Jessica Biel's married to Justin Timberlake, she probably won't have to act as much anymore.
No, they're gonna have some beautiful babies, though.
Sit at home and have babies.
They're beautiful babies.
Now he's turned into a pretty good actor. I got to admit.
I like him too.
In time,
Did you guys see her in the Total Recall remake?
I refuse to watch
Yeah, I
that.
refuse to watch that too.
Oh, I thought we were all talking about remakes. Never mind.
That's
Actually, it was pretty good.
Really?
I'd recommend it on Blu-ray because of the special effects. Looked really amazing. You know, I watched it on my computer. But yeah, it was nowhere near as good as the first one, right? Because I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's kind of hard to like place that. But yeah, it was definitely entertaining. And it had Kate Beckinsale also, and she looked hot as fuck.
she's
And
great.
she's like 39.
I like her.
She's like 39 though, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ! Like, how long can she keep playing the bad guy? Fuck it, you know, she still pulls it off. I mean, I wouldn't consider her an A-list actress anymore because all she does is underworld and shit. But hey, if it pays the bills, why not?
My wife loves those underworld movies. I hate all of them. She can't get enough, and she just loves them.
I've never seen any of them.
I've never seen any of them either, but you know what? I think Kate Beckinsale is a beautiful woman.
Not as hot as Marissa Tomei, but she's pretty close.
Oh,
I like Kate Beckinsale.
She's beautiful, man, Marissa Tomei.
I liked her in Vacancy. That was a good movie.
Yeah,
That's the one where they're at the hotel, right? And they're making the snuff movie.
Yeah, that was pretty scary. I saw it in the theater.
See, the only two movies that ever bothered me were Girl Next Door and Serbian Film. Those are the only two movies.
Oh God, the Serbian film. Oh, that movie is just horrid.
I want to bleach my eyes and forget the last 10 minutes of it.
Oh God, I know. It's so sad. But I never saw The Girl Next Door.
I couldn't handle that. I almost turned that one. It's a Jack Ketchum one. I almost turned it off because it was a true story, but I wanted to see how it ended. I remember my wife and I was like,
is it a horror movie?
Yeah, it's about these two kids that go to live with their aunt after their parents die, and she like tortures the one girl, and they like have her chained up in the basement, and she's letting her kids rape her, and they beat her, they
Oh my
burn
God.
her. And I guess it actually happened in the 50s. And what's funny is the only reason we saw it is we got a trailer for it on Lionsgate put it out. We got a trailer on something, and it's advertising Grant's show. And my wife and I are like, hey, it's Grant's show from Melrose Place. We got to check this movie out. Well, Grant's show let me down appearing in this piece of crap because
Oh, man.
I got up to where they blowtorched the girl, and that was about the point where I wanted to turn it off. There's only a few minutes left.
Yeah, I saw a movie a couple months ago. Do you think Megan is Missing?
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
movie.
I like that.
Oh, man. My boyfriend had to walk out during when they started raping the kid, and he, like, never came back. And I was just like, that movie was pretty fucked up. But, you know, I think it's a good message for younger kids to watch, to realize, like, the internet is not a safe place, and never believe who you talk to.
It's not overly graphic, but I mean it just affects you by what you don't see, I think.
Yeah, see, the thing
Yeah.
that gave me the creeps was when she was talking after Megan. I was glad Megan was missing. She annoyed me, but her friend, when she was like talking to the camera and you saw him, you know, come up on the top of the stairs,
Yeah.
like in the shadow watching her, I was like, oh shit, like that. But, no, that was a really good.
Yeah.
And I've
It
recommended
was a really sad movie. It's disturbing to see little kids get raped like that, because it's like being a mother, and you know, I'm sure, you know, people with kids, like, I think get affected a little bit more because they kind of imagine, like, what if that happened to my child? What would you do to them? Kill her? You'd want to kill them, and it's just
See,
so sad. And that kind of shit happens all the time.
I have a 3-year-old, so that does kind of. And my wife was even bawling at The Walking Dead. Please tell me you guys have watched Walking Dead yet this week.
My old lady was too.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. No, I only saw the first couple episodes, to be honest, because I don't have cable right now, and I've just seen so many zombie movies that, like, after the first couple episodes, I was like, you know, they're not really covering new ground here. You know, I think it's great that they put a zombie show on television to, like, reach the masses and, like, get more people involved in the horror scene. But, you know, for, like, hardcore horror junkies like us who have seen, like, hundreds of zombie movies, it's kind of like watered-down stuff that we've all seen before. Kind of reminded me a little bit of, like, you know, they take a little bit out of each and every horror zombie movie, I thought. But, you know, I'm not bashing it at all. A lot of people I know worked on it, so, hey, good for them.
I think The Walking Dead is far better than any zombie movie I've seen in, you know, that came out in the last probably 15 years. That's my opinion. I think it's better than any movie you're going to find nowadays. And I don't know. And graphically, they show a lot. For cable network, they show a lot. I mean,
I totally commend them for that. I mean, they need to do more shit like that, and I think it's great. But, you know, I'll give it a second chance, like maybe on DVD or something. But, like, you know, I'm just not the kind of person to watch a show and then got to wait a whole week to see the next show. It's like with Dexter. It's like I just sit there and I'll watch a whole season like in over 2 days.
Yeah,
you know, I don't want to like wait.
I prefer to. I mean, if I could do it, absolutely. But you know, if you only watch the first 2 episodes, as in the first season, you know, this new season. I mean, we've already talked about it on this program, but like I said, them showing the leg amputation as brutal as they did, something like that, what they're pulling now is pretty intense. I mean, it's up there with any movie. I mean, some of it's really bad. But
it's Romero stuff. Yeah.
Oh, don't mention that. Don't talk about that.
Is it on the same channel as Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because Breaking Bad I watch also, and that one's pretty graphic too, and that's a really good fucking show. I like that.
I love Breaking Bad.
I can't get into that one. I tried. I just can't get into it. I don't like Dexter at all.
You know what? I like Dexter, but, like, I swear to God, it's taken me, like, you know, ever since the show aired, it's like I've had to watch season 1 and season 2, like, 4 times. It's like every guy I date, we have to start over from season 1. So it's like, I feel like I've seen the early seasons, like, so many times, and now I'm finally up to season 6, almost done with it. And, you know, it's like, I do like Dexter, but, yeah, I could kind of see it winding down and ending soon, because there's only so much more they could do with that show. And it's like, I think it's sad that Michael C. Hall had to get leukemia during the peak of his fame, and it's a shame that happened. But, God, can I just jump in and say that guy who plays Quinn, oh my God, he just looks like he's anorexic or on drugs or something, and he looks like he's wearing a wig, and it just really distracts me from the show because when he first came on, he looked healthy and buff and cute, and I don't know what happened, but damn, he just looks ill.
What are some
And
other
it
shows
sucks that
that
nobody
you
can
watch?
step in, and somebody on the show needs to step in and be like, look, you're fired if you don't fucking gain 20 pounds. It's like he looks like a skeleton with skin hanging off his cheeks.
What are some other TV shows that you're into?
Oh, what other shows? What other shows do we watch, honey? I don't really know. We don't watch that many shows. Just Breaking Bad and Dexter, really, huh? And
I
all
just
the
watched Breaking
Simpsons.
Bad. Simpsons?
I like to watch the old shit, like Tales from the Crypt, but yeah, I don't really watch that many shows, not really.
You don't watch Hardcore Pawn?
I've seen an episode of it when I was buying something at the Best Buy. It had it on TV, but yeah, I don't watch those kind of reality type shows. I get a lot of emails from people wanting me to go on those types of shows, and it's like, you know, I've auditioned for one, and if I get a free trip out of it, hey, maybe I'll do it. But, you know, it's just the timing hasn't been right lately. I've had a lot of stress and shit. So maybe one of these days you'll see me on TV like Maury Povich or some shit.
Yeah, I like Maury Povich, man. I like little defiant horrors. I like the Fat Baby episodes. Those are my favorite. And they bring out the babies, and they always exploit them by just putting a diaper on them so you can, like, see all their rolls. And then when they come out, they have the cameraman shake the camera back and forth like he's making the whole place rumble. I think it's awesome.
Oh,
yeah, it'd be one thing if I was, like, plugging away auditioning, like, applying for these shows, but, like, they email me because I signed up to some website, like, 5 years ago, and they have my info. So I get emails from, like, the actual show, and they're like, hey, why don't you come on? All you need is a conflict. We've got any topic you want. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? Life is a scream queen. Stupid. It was just really nothing. So, I don't know, maybe someday.
We don't want to take up any more of your time. I mean, thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have anything
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a blast. I'm just sitting here eating fries and drinking milkshakes, so it was kind of a fun phone call.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have anything you want to promote?
Well, obviously, if we do Jessica Rabbit 2, it's going to be a big project. Other projects, this House of Evil, we'll see how it goes. This guy, because I'm actually doing a new photo shoot within the month, like sometime in November. Yeah, because I've lost a lot of weight. I weigh like 110 pounds now, and all my pictures online, I'm like 125, 135, so it's like, it's time to do a new shoot just to show everyone, like, my new look. So that's what we're going to do, and so, yeah, you should hold out for those, because my other ones are just older pictures from, like, 2008, and, you know, don't really want those.
Yeah, so let me know when you start selling those, definitely, and then we'll promote them.
Oh, I'll let everyone online know, trust me. I have a really good camera. I've had it on layaway in the pawn shop for a while, and it's still sitting there waiting for me. I just got to pay off like $300 more, and it's mine again. And it's actually a video camera too that shoots in HD, so I can shoot films with that too. So I'm kind of excited to get it out.
And thank you. I mean, you can come on. I mean, I think I can speak for everybody. You're more than welcome to come on here and promote anything you ever want.
Awesome. Well, yeah, just keep in touch.
Hit up our wall as much as you want. Yeah, exploit it. Throw stuff on there.
Awesome.
And anytime you ever have anything, just let us know, and we'll post it up for you as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And then
No problem. Thank you.
Am I editing this episode, or are you editing it?
Whatever you want, man.
You're better than me. Actually, this one should be easy. Let me give it a crack, and if I can edit it, I should have this up probably, I'm thinking Saturday.
Cool.
All right.
But I'll PM you and let you know.
Cool. Well, let me know.
All right. Thank you once again so much for coming on.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks for having me. It was nice talking to you guys, and have a great rest of the week.
All right.
You too. Thank you so much.
And hopefully, I don't know who you guys voted for, but last I heard Romney was in the lead, so I'm kind of interested to go check it out now.
It's getting really close. I mean, Romney's still in the lead, but it's really closing the gap now. So.
Yeah, I'm sure Obama will take California, but Arizona usually goes for Republicans. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of excited. I hate elections and politics, but like that, the night of the election's always kind of fun.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, this was more fun now.
Because then tomorrow there's going to be all these butthurt people online, like, ooh, in these 4 years is going to suck.
It'll be the same as it was 4 years ago.
4 years ago when Obama won, I lived in Hollywood, and I didn't have a car. So the day after the election, I was, like, walking around downtown Hollywood, and I swear to God, it was, like, a huge celebration. They were acting like God came home, and I was, and 4 years later, you're looking back, and you're like, what the fuck was the big deal? Like, nothing really happened, Shit is still just as bad as it was 4 years ago.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Not even God can change it, but we'll leave it at that. But yeah, thanks a lot, and yeah, we'll keep in touch.
All right, well, I'm gonna go then. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too now.
Thank you so much again.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.